What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's King Dio, and today I got Jersey Mike's. I haven't had Jersey Mike's in a while, so yeah. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff in my mind and stuff like that, and I may share it with you guys on this video. I may not, but yeah. But yeah, I got Jersey Mike's, so let's go and get into this video. All right, so I got a 43, I got a 44, and I got the 13. Y'all know the 13 is the Italian, the 44 is the buffalo chicken cheesesteak, and then the 43 is the chipotle cheesesteak. I got Miss Vicky's spicy dill pickle because that's my favorite one. I got a pack of two pack of cookies, two cookies in here. I ain't got no milk, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, so I wanted to see what it was hitting on the wrap. So we got us an Italian on a wrap. So we're gonna see what it's hitting on. Put that in your mouth. That's a good ass sandwich. I still prefer Firehouse just a little bit more. It's nice and warm and toasty. I've been thinking for like the past week or so, about the channel and things like that. One thing that I kind of always kind of kept to myself in the back of my mind is that when I was to find true love again, or truly for the first time, I'm doing this. I would hope to be able to navigate the channel in that direction where maybe it started off, it was just me by myself doing my thing, but then eventually it'll transition to, you know, having my love with me, and then we'd be making videos together. So you can't see it, or you probably wouldn't think so, from that video I did with Jasmine, because it was our first video together, you know, it was our first meeting in person and all that kind of stuff. Little videos and things like date night, David Buster's and stuff like that you'd see later. We got to really mellow out. We got to really relax, and you know, any sense of like shyness or nervousness or whatever was pretty much gone. But I definitely, like the video of that style more. To me, it's just more fun. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I can't do it by myself, because I can. It's just after making the video with her, is like that's kind of what I would want more videos like that. Where it's two of us eating together and stuff like that. Because that was a nice little video introducing her to y'all, and but future videos would just be like, because we're just completely at peace and at calm with each other. But not even just that. There's also something I've been thinking about well before we even first interacted with each other. For one reason or another, the channel just seemed like it's kind of taking a dive, and I've been trying to speculate what it could be and what I could do to flip it around. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I can. I know there's still not other things that I've tried yet, you know, but if I'm being honest, I doubt that they would make much of a difference. To be honest, I love King Deal. I love making food videos. I love eating. You know, mukbangs and food reviews. I like the idea of doing both, but then I don't know. I heard some people saying that, oh, you know, mukbangs is dying and all this kind of stuff. Some people have said cookbangs are what's starting to pop off. Cooking your food and then eating on camera. I've done a few videos like that too, but because of my living conditions and things like that, it's not as ideal for me, right? Because it's just junky as hell down there, right? We got so much stuff and not enough room to put it anywhere. And hold on. So I gotta say, this is just me. But there's some kind of, I don't know, it's some kind of oil or something that's on the sandwich that me personally I'm not really a fan of. I think that's another reason why I also prefer Firehouses, because it doesn't have that oil. I don't know. It's alright. But those people who doing videos, cooking videos and stuff, they're not in an apartment, they're in a house. And if they're in an apartment, they're in a nice apartment. I'm not trying to talk bad or anything like that, because I got a place to stay, you know, roof over the head. And you can't beat that. When when I was with Swan and we was going through the city, because you can't really see it much in on the West Bank where I'm at, but once you go to like the real New Orleans and things like that, you can kind of see, you know, the homeless people on the bridges and things like that. So yeah, you know, you got people who live under bridges and stuff. They don't have a home. They don't have a roof over their head. Oh shit, yeah. But you know, so I don't do those. I don't do those cooking videos as much, right? I really wanted to just be like solely like food review, because the idea of just like trying different things, snacks, cereal, food, frozen food, store-bought food, you know, fast food, higher dining food, all that kind of stuff, home cooked meals, all that, like, you know. But I still like the mukbang style too, because it's very chill. That's why I say I look at my biggest two inspirations and favorite YouTubers to watch, which is Ben Dean and King Scratch. To me, they both have a style that I would describe as a full review mukbang. Ben Dean leans a little bit more towards the mukbang side of things, you know, but he still describes the food, you know, he still describes the flavors, the textures, all that kind of stuff. So talk about prices, all that. King Scratch, he has like a very good blend, which does lean a little bit more towards food review, but because he's so detailed with how he breaks down things, but he eats enough and it's long enough to where it still kind of gives somewhat of a mukbang vibe. I was like, you know what? That's where I would want to be. I would want to sit in the middle somewhere with how they're doing their videos, because I don't want to just be just mukbangs or just food reviews. I want to be a good blend of both. And then I also don't know if maybe because I don't sit there and stuff my face and eat a whole large pizza and most of another large pizza and damn near all the sides that I ordered too, like I did earlier. I don't know, because I still eat more than most people probably do. This man, this is so good. The French red hot buffalo sauce, the mayo, the chicken, the tomatoes, the crunchy water, the bread, rosemary parm, baby. But I'm trying to, I don't know. Because y'all been knowing for a while, I've been talking about doing like a second channel, which would be based on me just kind of like talking and stuff like that. Of course, I want to make a couples channel. I've always wanted to do that. And I found somebody who, you know, has experience with making videos and editing and stuff like that as well, which makes it even better, even easier, because, you know, we can put our skills together and, you know, I feel like we could really make something special. But I still want my King Dio channel. I still want this channel. I still want to be able to make the content and everything and stuff. But as a creator, right? When you was at a point where you seen nothing but green arrows and green checks, you go on a video. I go back to some of my old videos from like 7, 8, 9, 10 months ago, a year ago and stuff. And I'm seeing, you know, hundreds of likes, hundreds of comments and stuff. And I'm seeing so many missing faces and things like that. Like I've talked about this a couple of times, but excuse me. I don't know. That just kind of, it gets to me. Like I said, I'm not gonna sit here and try to lie and say that I don't care about views. Everybody makes content, cares about views. Now the volume of what kind of views you get, how many views you get, and things like that, I guess could possibly vary, but everybody cares about views. Let's just be real. Because I also know that with views also came those likes, also came a lot of the engagement and stuff, you know? I understand people got lives. A lot of people don't have the luxury to just spend, you know, hours of their day or whatever, or even minutes of their day to comment on videos and things like that. Watching it takes enough of their time, so I understand it. You know, leave a like, appreciate it. But I like the comments too. I like engaging, you know, because I always try to keep myself. Hopefully, it's one of those creators that no matter how big or popular it may get, that I'm always able to try to make time to be able to respond to all comments. Positive, that is. Because if you're saying negative stuff, I'm just going to ignore you. But, you know, So I was thinking, I don't know if I need to rebrand my channel. I don't know if I need to delete it and just start over. I don't know. I don't want to start over, right? If this is a hump that I can overcome, I have no problem with overcoming it. But if it's not, and there's no point in me to just keep going if it's not going to amount to nothing. Tripping. I apologize. Gotta have the Miss Vicky's. I don't like the jalapeno chips because it has a fresh jalapeno taste, and I don't like fresh jalapenos. I like pickled jalapenos, but maybe a rebrand. Because I was always thinking about this too. Like, I meet my love or whatever. I'm making content, maybe, you know. She wouldn't have to appear in every single video, but you'd see her very often. Somebody told me in the comments that I'm not going to get the views and all that stuff that I want because I post my girlfriend. In one way, I don't see what that has to do with anything. And in another way, I can understand it. That's what's so, like, tragic about the internet. So many lonely, miserable souls. Ain't got nothing better to do with themselves. But there's a lot of beautiful people as well. I'm fortunate to have a lot of them on my channel. But I'm sorry, but I'm just not that kind of person, right? I can understand having a certain sense of like reservation, I guess, but at the same time, it's not really how I operate. I'm somebody that loves, and I love with everything I got. It's very meaningful and important to me because I was at a place where I couldn't love the person I was with fully like I once was able to because of a bad breakup. And that made me think that, you know, everybody that I'm with is gonna, you know, leave me or whatever. But this is so like prolific because I was always hoping I could meet somebody doing something I love, which is making food videos. And even though it was on TikTok and not YouTube, it still happened. And that's something that I'm forever grateful for, right? And I just feel like it's just so much to be given. But I'm just not the type to just sit there and just be quiet and silent, right? I'm in love. And also, I get tired of hearing so much about divorce, breakups, anything that's not love and a solid family and two-parent households. That's what I'm trying to put that on a pedestal. I'm trying to put that back on a map, right? I see love, I see, you know what I'm saying, husband and wife or whatever, and they're together. They've been together for decades and stuff. They got kids. They still together, still in love. That's what I like. That's what I love. That's what I support. And I always wanted that. And God has put somebody in my life to be able to have that with, not give up my life for that. So I'm not gonna ever waste energy or breath trying to reason with somebody who doesn't believe in love or things like that. Because all you want to do is focus on the negative. You don't never want to try to go beyond negativity to find a positive. Yes, the world is a very scary, dangerous place, but it could also be a very beautiful place if the right people put their energy out there. If you focus on negativity, you're going to get negative results. If you focus on positivity, you're going to get positive results, right? So maybe I shouldn't delete my channel. Maybe I should just keep my channel going, because one day my channel will blow up, and everything that I dream of, that I hope for, I'll be able to achieve. I'll buy my mom a nice house. I'll be able to retire her and take care of her. I'll be able to be on my own, do my own thing, and be able to have the family I always wanted, to be able to fully love down on my wife and my kids and protect them and provide for them and nurture and take care of all that stuff, right? Go on trips, travel the world, meet people, do collabs with different people, be able to give back to my lovely subscribers who support me and stuff like that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I believe. Because I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking about it. Like, man, I think I probably should just, but I'm not. We almost there. Do you believe in magic? No, I believe in God. So, but I'll also say this. I love this so much. I really do. I love my channel. I love making videos. I love the community I've been able to be a part of and all that stuff. It's amazing. But I also will say this. And if you disagree, if you don't like what I'm about to say, this is your chance to exit. I love my girlfriend. I love the woman that I've come to know. We've only known each other for like 100 days, but it don't take a whole trilogy of movies or whatever to know, you know. Okay, I was stupid. It don't take, for me at least, it don't take months to know, you know, or years to know if you really, love somebody, want to be with somebody. What do they do for you? Like, how do they make you feel? I was semi-happy, but low-key kind of sad and down in the dumps, looking at my channel going down and just other things. Just getting older and still not having achieved anything. God's blessed me with somebody amazing. It's not settling. It's not trying to prove a point. It's not trying to make anybody jealous. I'm gonna tell you this. At one point in time, I was the one who was like petty like that. Hurt people, all that kind of stuff. I'm so beyond that. Because it's not right regardless of how much hurt you are. Like, the idea is for you to be ultimately happy. It's not about trying to rub it into your ex's face or anything like that. It's about being able to move on and create what you always wanted to create with somebody who is deserving of it. The time spent before meeting each other was so meaningful. Yes, you was kind of scared. We were kind of scared. We were kind of, you know, but at the same time, we kept praying, believing, and hoping that it would get better, that things would really pick up. Things picked up. The day finally came, we got to meet each other. We got to meet each other, and it's been a very amazing time. I understand if things is kind of different because before with my channel, I was either single or I was in a relationship, but it was with somebody overseas or whatever. And I didn't always give the perception that I was in a relationship because those last moments before me and Swan met and started to click and everything, I was single. I was talking to somebody, but I was single. Because at that point I was just so fatigued. I didn't know if things were gonna actually ever go the way I always was hoping it was gonna go. But God, He presented me with love. He was like, you don't have to go to Africa. And then I think about it more and more and I realize the purpose was to learn what I learned from that experience. It had nothing to do with, oh, that's where my wife is. Because I learned a lot about love and about how to better myself as someone who loves a woman from that experience. Yes, I didn't meet any of them in person. We didn't get to touch each other, do anything like that. But there was still a lot of conversation. There was still arguments. There was still fights. There was still back and forth and things like that helped me learn, how women can think and how they can act and all that kind of stuff and learn how I act when I'm upset, when I'm mad or whatever. So I'm forever grateful for that experience, right? Forever grateful. But I'm the kind of person, I can't help it. The only way I wouldn't post anything or whatever pertaining to Swan is if she told me herself, no, babe, or whatever. But if she gives me the green light, you know, I'm too expressive with my love. I'm somebody that loves out loud. I can't love in silence. That's just ridiculous to me. If you're somebody who can and you're with somebody who also can, perfect. I'm just not. I'm just not that person. I'm not. So I can't say I know what the future is with this channel. You know, with King Dio Solo Dolo, but I will tell you this: Swan is my future. Obviously, I would hope that we can make content together, not just couples channel, but she could, be on a lot of videos on this channel and stuff. And hell, maybe even my second channel when I finally launch that, we could just talk and just, express our feelings and things like that. Who knows? That might even become a podcast or something. Maybe not, but I'm just saying. So if you don't take anything from me to take it from this, when you love the person, respect that person, listen to that person, and try to grow with that person. Love doesn't have to be misery. It doesn't have to be she played me, I played her, nothing like that. It doesn't. It can be a very beautiful thing that can become something even stronger, more beautiful if you let it. But if you don't, Chipotle mayo, bro. But this video been going on long enough. I want it to be like 40 minutes long and stuff. But I love y'all. I always did and I always will. Anybody who loves me and supports me, everybody who's been very welcoming and kind and everything to Swan Swan, I love y'all, appreciate y'all. She loves y'all and appreciate y'all. And yeah, let's keep going if we can. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'm about to go and kill the last little bit of this and everything. Eat my cookies without milk. That's an L on my part. But yeah, it's King Deal. I love y'all and appreciate y'all. Until next time, peace out. A King Deal production.